First, I'm going to talk about where the Heyokha culture and idea comes from. Then I will discuss my opinion of why we need them in society, and finally we'll talk about how a modern Heyokha empath might find a way of interacting with the modern world in a sane and healthy way. The following information was sourced from Wikipedia. Heyokha means sacred clown or fool in the Lakota language of the Lakota people of the Great Plains of North America. The Heyokha is a contrarian, jester and satirist who speaks, moves and reacts in an opposite fashion to the people around them. Only those having vision of the thunder beings of the West, the Wakinyan, thunder in the Lakota language, and who are recognized as such by the community, can take on the ceremonial role of the Heyokha. A noted Heyokha was Black Elk. Heyokhas ask difficult questions and say things others are too afraid to say. Their behavior exposes questions, as do Zen koan. A koan is a story, dialogue, question or statement which is used in Zen practice to provoke the great doubt and test a student's progress in Zen practice. Principally, the Heyokha functions both as a mirror and a teacher, using extreme behaviors to mirror others and forcing them to examine their own doubts, fears, hatreds and weaknesses. Heyokha have the power to heal emotional pain. In addition, sacred clowns serve an important role in shaping tribal codes. Unbound by societal constraints, Heyokha are able to violate cultural taboos freely and thus critique established customs. Here are my thoughts on how society has been affected by this. When these North American cultures were obliterated, this crucial function in society regarding the mental health of said society disappeared. Therefore, they are now rare. But a new kind of Heyokha is emerging, the Heyokha empath, who has all the empathic abilities. They are rare as society doesn't recognize their methods as helpful or even acceptable. Therefore, most are in mental health institutions or don't reach their full potential. Here are some ways in which we stay healthy and sane. Dealing with our truth. We need to keep it hidden, as individuals are quite toxic in the contemporary world. Too many projections can become tiresome. It's paramount to remember that we are very sane, if not super sane. Using the gift. Understanding that we are needed in society is important, and especially right now in the current relatively toxic worldwide environment. We have stopped acting as the fool, as we aren't invited into that role in society. Mental health. The gifts of a Heyokha empath are extraordinary and therefore can be very intense. Some of us have had, quote, mental health difficulties and might be on medication. Staying true to our personality or, quote, persona is necessary to be functional, as it provides a consistent framework for others to relate to us and can prevent us from having psychiatric difficulties. Most people forget what happened in their breakdown stages because the information that is gathered is too intense or implies a destabilization of a person's inner world within the confines of societal expectations and thus their own. But Heyokhas can be deliberate about these connections with the deeper human potential and be helped back into society through hospitalization. Shamans, for example, are granted a role in society, so reinsertion is not as much of a difficulty. The importance of one's own physical reality. Making sure we tend to our physical needs is paramount. Some might do this through Tai Chi, for example. Regularly connecting with nature can help us refresh our bodies and can aid us in our healing or teaching, as we can learn a lot by being surrounded by life. Channeling the energy. It's important for us to find a way of aiding society that is not based through our personal interaction with others, and thus allows us to show our full influence. If you have further insight to offer or any personal experiences as an empath or with empaths, please comment below. Be sure to subscribe if you like this video. Ahimsa.